Thank you very much. Please, another round of applause for her. Let me then invite Honorable Minister of Environment. Do we have any representation? Environment. Do we have any representation for the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology? All right, if we do not, then let me go to inviting Dr. Canisius Kanagiri, Executive Director of AATF. There's a one round of applause for him. Let me invite to join him Professor Agri Ambali, the Chair, AATF Board of Trustees. Please, one round of applause for him. So that the lady won't be sitting alone, I'd like to sit next to her on that side. Thank you very much. I then want to invite the Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Professor Bala Kabir, to please join me if he's here with us. Professor Kabir, is he here yet? I'm sure he's on his way. All right. While we wait for him, I'd like to invite these other persons to please do us the honor of taking their seats on the front row. Director General National Biotechnology Research and Regulatory Agency. Let's please welcome the Director General if he's here with us. Please take your seat. Okay, they're going to bring him in. And so, Executive Secretary, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria. You're here with us, please join us. Have a seat on the front row. You may take anyone of your choice. Thank you. Director General National Agricultural Seed Council. Please allow me to pass the University to sit. Executive Director, Institute for Agricultural Research, ABU Zaria. Is he here? The Executive Director, National Agricultural Extension Research and Liaison Services. The country representative, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, are you here with us? The NGF have just been given the names and without your name of your organization, please join us here. We've kept you waiting all day to speak with us. Thank you. I'd like to recognize the presence of the South African High Commissioner. Where are you seated? Your Excellency, where are you seated? South African High Commissioner, who was here with us, must have stepped out. The representative of the Ambassador of Argentina, where are you seated, sir? Edward. Rep of, please come forward. We expect you to sit on the second row. Can we please applaud him? Mr. Edward is coming in. The representative of the Ambassador of Burkina Faso to Nigeria, is he here with us? Burkina Faso is a representative of CIMMYT, CIMIT. Do we have the representative here with us? Do we have the representative of Sasakawa? Sasakawa. the rep of ICRISAT. Please put your hands together for him. You have a seat on the second row, sir. Thank you very much. Let's please make welcome let's welcome Professor Abdullahi Mustafa, the Director, Executive Secretary, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, National Biotechnology Research and Regulatory Agency. Please put your hands together for me. I want to appeal to the organizers. It is always better to give a name and attach to the agency in question, so it makes it a lot easier for the master of ceremony or whoever is conducting. So please kindly bear with me. We're moving on very quickly. Do we have anyone else here that has not been represented? AFAN? We have the representative of AFAN. Please, you have a seat on the second row, sir. Thank you so very much for joining us. We've left anyone out. Architect Kabir Ibrahim, AFAN, please be welcome. That's the AFAN president. Professor Emmanuel Ekani, are you here? Please a round of applause for him. He's the Executive Director, NAROS, and Dr. Audu Gremer. You're the one with us here already. Thank you so very much for joining us. Honorable Musa Sabihu Bawa also is the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Natural Resources, Niger State. Where are you seated, sir? Please come to the second row. Please give him a round of applause as well. We're still believing that the Vice Chancellor of the Ahmadu University area will be joining us very, very shortly, or just as we make progress and also waiting for the special guest of honor. Let me recognize the presence of Dr. Mark Edge. He's of Bayer. Please come and welcome Dr. Mark Edge. Please round of applause for him. We still have a seat in the front row here. Can you rather move to the front row? If you intend to sit with the lady next to you, at liberty to move to the front row with her as well. Thank you very much. Please let's applaud all our distinguished guests. Thank you so very much. Thank you. We'll keep the recognitions coming, but I think it is pertinent that we get this program underway, having lost 2 hours already, waiting for the arrival of our special guest of honor, whom we've been told very reliably that is on his way as to speak. And so I would rather wait for him before the national anthem is rendered. And another thing that I saw happen in an event, yes, the national anthem of Nigeria, Nigeria We Hail Thee, is the one that has been adopted by the government of the day. When rendering it, we must not render it in totality. We render first and second stanza, and the third stanza is the national prayer. That is what it is. So we need to just have that at the back of our mind. We won't render that until the special guest of honor gets here. But I've been directed by the organizers to get started in this order. I need to quickly consult Mr. Alex. Is Professor Abdul Adamu Yusuf with us? Please come. Also been asked to invite the president of CDEN to please take a seat in the front row. Please, if you're here with us, kindly oblige us with your presence in the front row, please. A round of applause for them. Let's make do with some light music if you have any. Just I've been told very reliably that the minister will be here. You know this is that. So let's make do with some light music just for me.
Mbegu yenye tulipokea mara ya kwanza tukianza na AATF ilikuwa ni WE1101. Tulipanda kwa shamba 2 acres ambapo ilifanya vizuri sana. Tukiangalia mavuno yenye litoka hapo ilikuwa magunia 42. Na kwa hiyo shamba yenye tulipanda tukianza kuangalia na mahindi aina nyingine yenye napandwa, unaona ya kwamba ilikuwa inatoa kama ni mahindi mingi sana, ilikuwa gunia 30 hadi 32. Na kando na hiyo ya kuongeza mavuno ni kwamba ukiangalia mahindi ya WE1101 ni kwamba wadudu hawasumbui sana. Ukiangalia na mahindi yenye tulikuwa tunapanda huko nyuma, wakati tuliweka kwa store tuligongoa yote, haikuwa na yenye meoza ndani. Tumeweza kupata varieties zingine 6 ambazo zimewekwa hapa kwa hii demonstration plot. Na ukiangalia hii mahindi yote ilipandwa kwa siku moja. Na wakati tumeenda kuifuatilia tukiangalia, unaona ya kwamba kwa hizo varieties 6, WE5117 does very well. Alafu na CAD 06 pia does well, and then CAD 05 does very well. Ukiangalia Savo pia imewekwa, lakini Savo performance yake iko chini. Itachelewa kuflower, especially for the farmers who wanaweka short rains. Flowering inachelewa. Na pia ukiangalia pia wadudu wakati wanashika, inashikwa na wadudu kushinda hizi zingine. Kuna hiyo ndio tofauti yenye nimeweza kuona kupitia kwa hiyo mbegu. Na vile tumekuwa tunapata, unaona ya kwamba wakulima wengi wanatuamini kama kikundi. Wakikuja wanajua ya kwamba bidhaa zenye tunawapatia ni nzuri. Na kupitia kwa hiyo vile tunaongea sasa hivi tumefungua kama duka ya bidhaa za shamba kama inputs. Tuko na mbolea hapo, tuko na mbegu. So wakulima wakikuja, kama tuseme tungekuwa na kampuni yenye imeanza kutoa hiyo mbegu na inamea vizuri, tuko tayari kuiweka kwa store yetu ili wakulima wakiulizia hiyo mbegu waweze kuipata. So uhusiano wetu kupitia kwa hii kazi imekuwa mzuri sana na wakulima.
Hello there, agricultural sector players. Are you a producer, a processor, or a marketer? Are you aware that agriculture sector immensely supports GDPs in many African countries, generates wealth right from the villages to the national level? It gives opportunities to majority of people living in rural areas. Besides, every person has to feed 3 times a day or less depending on the availability of food. Did you know that the farmers keep working on many aspects to keep the crop alive and healthy? And we know that most of the time they have to struggle against weeds, against issues related to climate change, issues related to inputs like fertilizers and others, to amend the fertility of their soil, and they have also to address issues of lack of access to technologies. All those factors are compounded by the increase of the population on the African continent, which also brings a very important strain on land, water, biodiversity, which are factors of agricultural productivity. The combined effect of these factors is that they negatively impact on agricultural productivity of the continent. Amidst all these challenges exist opportunities. Those who have advanced in agriculture field often observe that when farmers grow with technologies, they produce much more. We will look at various opportunities that support farmers' journey to prosperity. First, innovative agricultural technologies play a critical role in addressing smallholder farmer challenges and boosting productivity and livelihoods in Africa. Today, farmers use science and technology to collect data, analyze them efficiently, monitor production processes, and measure quality and quantity of production. Also, digital agriculture is gradually becoming the norm, especially with the cost of technology, mainly the mobile phone. Following the outbreak of COVID-19, smallholder farmers were greatly impacted due to lockdown restrictions imposed across the African continent, and digital technologies came in handy to support farm commodity transactions, farming practices, and crop infection prevention. The mandate of AATF is to address Africa's food security prospects through agricultural technology, from better seeds to digital tools to machineries. AATF therefore supports farmers in Africa, and especially smallholder farmers, in their quests to access the best agricultural technologies. AATF believes that investment in agricultural sector, especially through technology to smallholder farmers, is key for Africa's overall economic growth and is working to position agriculture as a major global economic powerhouse and the next growth market in the world. Through various projects that cover
We'd like to welcome the Honorable Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security in Nigeria, Special Guest of Honor, just joining us. Please can we give him a very resounding applause. And after that, can we have the national
Nigeria, we healthy, our own native land, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign, in peace or battle on earth, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Nigeria, we.
Acting, please. Thank you very much. The special guest of honor, Honorable Minister of State, Agriculture and Food Security, Nigeria, distinguished Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Ladidi Bako Ayebusi MNI, Director of Nutrition, representative of other ministers here present, Executive Director, Institute for Agriculture Research, the Vice Chancellor of Bello University, Zaria, Professor Kabiru Bala, Dr. Canisius Kanagire, Executive Director of AATF, Professor Garba Sharabutu, Executive Secretary, Cultural Research Council of Nigeria, Professor Agri Ambali, Board Chairman, Board of Trustees, AATF, Your Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps here and their representatives, development partners, heads of civil society organizations present, farmers associations present, critical stakeholders, invited guest members of the 40 states of the realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of management and the organizers of this event, I'd like to welcome all of us to the launch of the TELA Maize, the Nigerian version, taking place here today at the Nabi Wali Hall, here at the Abuja Continental Hotel. The first thing that comes to mind as we're seated, for those that are not in the picture, is what is TELA Maize? And the answer is embedded on page 8 of our program brochure. It tells us that TELA Maize is derived from the Latin word to tela, which means protection. TELA Maize is the brand name for genetically modified maize, hybrids developed by the scientists at the Institute for Agricultural Research, EIR, Samaru, and Bello University, Zaria, in collaboration with other partners in the TELA project. Next question, which we've also answered, is how will farmers benefit from these new maize varieties? And they told us that the Samaz maize hybrids offers 3-in-1 protection to maize farmers. They are drought-tolerant, they are resistant to fall armyworms, they are resistant to stem borer insects, and this triple protection assures the farmer of yield advantages and reduces the use of chemical pesticides, saving farmers money and reducing harm to the environment. So it is for that reason that we all gather here this very morning, or rather afternoon now. And because of the exigencies of the office of our special guest of honor, he was not able to join us really very early as expected, and that is also not unexpected, because every now and then they are in the business of churning out and implementing laws and to ensuring that there is food security in Nigeria and, of course, by extension, Africa. The Honorable Minister, I would like to welcome you most profoundly to this event. Plus, I'd like that we please applaud him one more time with a bigger round of applause. It is on this note, therefore, that I yield the floor at this point in time to Professor Abdul Adamu Yusuf, the IAR Executive Director, to please come deliver his welcome remarks. He's here with us. Can we please welcome him to the microphone with a round of applause for his welcome remarks.
The Honorable Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, representative of the Minister of Health, representatives of other ministers here present, the Vice Chancellor, Honorable University Zaria, is also the board chairman of the Institute for Agricultural Research, Honorable University Zaria, the DG AATF, DG NABDA, the board chair of AATF, members of the diplomatic community, development partners, farmers associations, seed companies here present, all invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this very important event, the product launch of TELA Maize, released in Nigeria by my institute as SAMAS 72T, SAMAS 73T, SAMAS 74T, and SAMAS 75T. I'm glad that this occasion, being hosted and chaired by the Honorable Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sadi Abdullahi CON, is a testament to the commitment of the Nigerian government to ensuring not only safety of lives and property, but food security and the future of Nigeria and Nigerians. As a research institute, we are doing everything possible to support government's effort through research that is people and environment friendly by adhering strictly to the protocol for such research mandates. Today's event is so dear to my heart, seeing we are not only introducing maize varieties that will save Nigerian farmers the cost of production through the reduction in chemical insecticide sprays by up to 2 billion naira annually, but also ensuring sustainable food security in the country and across the West African sub-region. I dare to say, if Nigeria is food secured, the entire West Africa region will be free from the challenges of insecurity. Permit me, Honorable Minister, sir, and distinguished guests here present, to reiterate that the Institute for Agricultural Research Summary was established over 100 years ago to provide solutions to farmers' challenges on crop production. We have lived to that mandate and will continue to develop technologies that address the needs of our dear farmers. It is in the light of this that we have continued to develop and disseminate climate-smart technologies using the tool of biotechnology to develop varieties that are resistant to pests and diseases. In collaboration with international partners, this has culminated in the release of insect-resistant and drought-tolerant maize varieties we are presenting to Nigerian farmers today. The journey to realizing this dream started over 5 years ago when Nigeria joined the TELA Maize project public-private partnership in 2019 to address the major challenges confronting farmers across the African continent. These challenges are drought and insect pests, such as the fall armyworm and stem borers. The SAMAS T series of maize hybrids were therefore developed to address these challenges head-on. They offer 3-in-1 protection to maize, which include drought tolerance, resistance to fall armyworm, and resistance to stem borer insect pests. This triple protection assures the farmer of yield advantage and reduces the use of chemical pesticides, saving farmers money and reducing the environmental and health hazards associated with the use of these pesticides. Honorable Minister, sir, we are also working assiduously to introduce flood-tolerant crop varieties that will mitigate the current challenges of floods devastating farmers' fields in the country due to climate change occasioned by global warming, thus leading to enormous losses. When such varieties are ready, in no distant time, our farmers will breathe a sign of relief from perennial floods. To our esteemed invited guests and partners, today's launch of SAMA's 75T TELA Maize, coordinated by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and seed companies for distribution to our farmers in their localities, is the springboard to fighting hunger and maintain malnutrition in Nigeria and the African continent. And to our farmers, who are our primary target, IAR doors remain open for consultation and information sharing to address your daily challenges as it affects crop production, processing, and marketing. Our primary goal as a government agency is to ensure your well-being and that of every Nigerian, in line with the current drive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Once more, I heartily welcome you to this product launch in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. God bless you. Thank you.
That sets the tone for this very important program that we are gathered for. But it's also pertinent to let you in on the fact that the TELA Maize project is funded by the African Feeding Foundation, the Peter and Melinda Gates Foundation, and USAID, and coordinated by AATF and other parties that have made this possible, include Institute for Agricultural Research, Abuja Nigeria, the director just spoke with us, ERC LNR South Africa, ERCN Nigeria, EIAR Ethiopia, COSTECH Tanzania, IIAM Mozambique, SMIT Bayer, and Cairo in Kenya. Can I please give all of them a very resounding applause for their enormous contributions? I'd also like to mention that the representative of the Burkina ambassador to Nigeria is Sawadogo Bizeri. Please let's welcome him with a round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us. We're moving on now very quickly, and I'd like to invite Professor Kabiru Allah, the Vice Chancellor of the University Zaire, to please come forward for his remarks at this juncture. Can we please welcome him with a resounding applause as well as I'd like that you also just mention the special guest of honor because we've lost sight of time already, and then of course we can go ahead by accepting the protocols already established. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's certainly a lot of problem. The Honorable Minister, I would like to acknowledge and adopt the protocol already established. And I'm pleased to welcome to this epoch-making occasion of the formal launch of the TELA hybrid maize developed and released in Nigeria for the benefit of Nigerian farmers by one of the agricultural research institutes, among others in Abuja University, where I hold forth as the Vice Chancellor. Abuja University's area is a hub for teaching, research, and technology development to meet the demands of the society. The plant of maize we are celebrating today, SAMA's 75T, is a testament to the hard work of the researchers in the university. Our slogan has been, ABU is naturally ahead. and is indeed a clear commitment to ensuring that we lead in science, the arts, agriculture, and every field of human endeavor for a sustainable future. Thank you. A sustainable future that births knowledge for solutions to societal development. The Honourable Minister of State, Honourable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Abuja Nigeria, and other ministers present, I welcome you and salute your commitment. I believe in a new Nigeria that is rising to stem the tide of hunger and malnutrition through deliberate policies in agriculture to ensure a food secure nation. TELA Maize is one of such innovations that is geared toward giving the Nigerian farmer hope with his labor by planting this variety of maize that is tolerant to drought in drought-prone areas, resistant to fall armyworm and stem borers, which cuts across all ecologies of Nigeria. The devastating effect of this insect pest has left wars and cries for many farmers when their fields are ravaged. I want to thank all the collaborators in the project that resulted in coming up with this life-saving technology for not only Nigerian farmers, but African farmers. Research all over the world is seized on collaboration and partnerships. This is what makes the world a global village as we seek to provide solutions to problems bedeviling humanity. Once again, I welcome you to this event. I wish us successful months that will propel Nigeria to food security. Thank God and God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. May I then invite very quickly Professor Agri Ambali Bob, Chair AATF, to please come and also give us his remarks at this juncture. Please a warm welcome to a resounding applause for him. In the same vein, please just recognize the special guest of honor and then stand by your already established protocol. Thank you for what you've done.
Thank you very much, Mr. Senators. I stand with the existing protocol. The Honourable Minister of State, Agriculture and Food Security. Ladies and gentlemen, as indicated, our protocol are observed. It is an honor to stand here on behalf of the board, management, and staff of AATF, to witness this very significant event that is taking place in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is the launch of the TELA Maize varieties in Nigeria. This occasion, Your Excellency, the Minister of State, marks a milestone not only for Nigerian agriculture, but for the entire continent. Knowing that, this is 20% of the population. I extend my congratulations to the and commendation to the federal government of Nigeria for its visionary leadership and commitment to agricultural innovation. Nigeria has consistently demonstrated a forward-thinking approach to agriculture, recognizing the critical role that innovative technologies play in transforming the sector. The approval and introduction of TELA Maize and other budget crops are clear indicators of this progressive mindset. By allowing these advancements, Nigeria is not only enhancing our own food security, but also setting a powerful example to other African nations before. The TELA Maize, with its remarkable yield potential of up to 10 tons per hectare, compared to the current average of 3 tons per hectare, represents a groundbreaking improvement in our collective effort to boost Nigeria's agricultural productivity. Your Excellency, Mr. Gentlemen, this substantial increase in yield is poised to significantly bridge the annual maize production gap, thereby contributing immensely to national food security and livelihoods of countless farmers. Moreover, the resilience of TELA Maize against drought, as been informed by the DRS, is a testament to the power of biotechnology that addressing some of the most pressing challenges in agriculture. By mitigating these threats, we can ensure more stable and reliable food supplies, which are crucial for the economic stability of our communities. The commercial release of TELA Maize in Nigeria is a beacon of hope, a model of excellence for other African countries, and indeed demonstrates a strong commitment towards adopting science-based solutions that drive agricultural growth and sustainability. This forward-looking approach is essential for overcoming the hurdles posed by climate change, population, and resource constraints. I urge other African nations to look up to Nigeria, which is setting an example, and consider the benefits that biotechnology can bring to their agricultural sectors. By embracing innovative technologies, we can collectively work towards a food secure Africa where our farmers are empowered, our economies are strengthened, and our people are well nourished. May I therefore extend my deepest gratitude and congratulations once again through you, Honorable Minister, to the people and government of Nigeria on this monumental achievement that we are witnessing today. And indeed, may we continue to work together to drive progress and secure the future of agriculture in Africa. God bless Nigeria and God bless Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Indeed, Africa is better for it, just as Nigeria is a trailblazer by all ramifications. I think a round of applause for Nigeria will make a difference. Thank you so very much. And so we'll be taking a few goodwill messages, and I'd like that the persons that will be invited to the side of the divide for their goodwill should please just take only 3 minutes so we can speed up the process. And very quickly, I'd like to invite the President of All African Farmers Association, AFA, that's the President of All Farmers Association of Nigeria. Can we please welcome Architect Abuja Nigeria.
No farmer,
no nation.
Great farmer,
Great nation.
My brother, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, all other protocol observed. I'm glad to be here on behalf of Nigerian farmers to thank the researchers, AATF, the investors, and everybody else who contributed to the launch of TELA Maize. I understand that it has 3-in-1 advantages, and we changed that. We have been losing a lot of money on fighting insects, stem borers, fall army worms, and droughts. But I crave you, and I challenge you, the researchers, to please add one more. Let it also be resistant to flooding, so that it will be Maize is very unique in our food system because, and I will tell you because I know, I used to be the president of Poultry Association. Both livestock and humans consume maize. The quantum of maize that we have in Nigeria is not enough. Yet, we feed a good part of this hemisphere. If you go to Nigeria Republic, Chad, and all that, they come to Nigeria to buy maize. There is no better time than now for us to optimize the production of maize because we need food security in Nigeria. Today we are at 230 million. In about 26 years, we will be over 400 million and still counting because as Africa is one market, we are feeding all of it. I'm glad that the DG of AATF is here. You remember what I said at the DICAO conversation or discussion. I said that we're not looking for food security for Nigeria, but for Africa, since Africa is one market. So I challenge you all, the farmers in particular, to embrace the production of TELA Maize. It is safe for consumption, regardless of what the advertisers are saying. They are saying most of what they say out of ignorance. You are privileged to attend the best discussions in the best universities in the world, and nobody has yet proved or shown any connection between any disease and GM crops. They are safe for consumption. Produce them as best as we can so that the whole world will be food secure. But thank you immensely for listening to me. I am speaking also on behalf of the president of the Maize Association of Nigeria because he lost his wife. He cannot be here with us. So take the minutes that I've taken to include his own goodwill. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, the difference between his remarks and the maize, the question is that the maize has three great benefits, and he has done a two-in-one goodwill. And so I'd like to thank architect Abuja Nigeria. Please a round of applause for him one more time. Thank you. Would then like to invite the goodwill messages to come from, and in this order, I'd like to invite Agric Research Council of Nigeria. First of all, take the stage, please. And I, as well, like to plead with you to just take 3 minutes. If possible, do it in 2 minutes, just as Architect Ibrahim Ahmed Kader did for us. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes forward.
The Honorable Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, my Minister, please kindly permit me to stand on the existing protocols. My name is Dr. Uluwafemi Salapo. I'm the Director of Plant Resources Department, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria. I'm here to represent the Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Professor Garba Hamidu Shabutu, who is on official assignment and he could not be here out of the country. I will here repeat his video message for this event. The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria is delighted to congratulate and celebrate these organizers for the launch of 4 TELA Maize varieties in Nigeria. The Agricultural Research Council is saddled with the responsibility of supervising, coordinating, and regulating agricultural research, training, and extension activities in Nigeria. The Council has been involved in ensuring the TELA Maize meets with regulatory requirements and safety, research coordination, capacity building, and various stakeholders' engagement in the process of development of this crop. Please permit me to mention the efforts of the African Agricultural Technology Foundation, the Institute of Agricultural Research, Zaria, the National Biosafety Management Agency, and the National Biotechnology Development Agency's effort, among others, very important stakeholders who have been involved in the process of this crop. The launch of this crop has the crop is drought and insect resistant and is apt for this season where the emphasis in Nigeria has been on food security. As a council, we are optimistic that TELA Maize will recognize farming and food security in our great nation. This cutting-edge technology for Nigerian farmers will ensure high yields, give quality, and improve the livelihoods of our farmers. We encourage all Nigerians to embrace this crop, being as a success, and this is a significant milestone in the adoption of agricultural technology in Africa. We thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, the representative of the helmsman of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria. Please, just as I invite the rest of you, I'd like you to please follow suit. Do us the honor for the benefits of particularly the pressman. You mentioned the name and your designation. If you're standing in, or if you're the hands, we just know as you give us your goodwill. Please, 3 minutes. The next goodwill is going to be, and I'd like to tender apologies. I omitted the first and second farmers whose testimonies we're going to get. So I'd like to quickly invite Sanusi Dankao. Is Sanusi here? Sanusi Dankao, and then Selena James. Please be on standby for your own remarks, very briefly. And I think your 2 minutes will do. Stand by the existing protocols. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister, sir, permit me to stand on the existing protocols. My name is Sanusi Dankao, a farmer from Kano State. I stand here to say some few words with regards to the testimonies about this TELA Maize production. I programmed for almost 2 years. The initial year I was supplied with seeds from the institute, and I was told on how to arrange the plot. There were 4 varieties given, and I was told to include my own variety. I was told to plant late July. Initially, there were fears in my mind that maize is supposed to be planted in June. But then I didn't know what was involved there. After the establishment, there were 5 plots, A, B, C, D, and E. Now my first fear then was, where can I get water for the next cultivation? I didn't know that the varieties were drought-tolerant. Now 1 month after, I observed that there were insects on plot B. But what surprised me and every other farmer then was the pests only manifested in plot B. They couldn't migrate to plot A or plot C. I called the coordinator for assistance. He told me, capital no, that I shouldn't spray. Now later, after about 2 weeks, that plot that was infested with the insects, there were no insects there. So at the end of the season, we had a very good harvest, and that of course entails that this TELA Maize variety is drought-tolerant, pest resistant as well. Just like the previous speakers have said, I'm a living witness because practically I and my neighbors, the other farmers, attest to the fact that these maize varieties given were, of course, having those characters as mentioned. Those who are the processor, we will name bayani saboda ‘yan uwana manoma su fahimci cikakken bayanin da na yi. Ni manomi ne daga jihar Kano, kuma an bani irin masara guda 4 daga wannan cibiya ta bincike da ke Zaria. an yi mun umarni cewa shuka in haɗa da kala ɗaya ta irin masarar da nake shuka ba. To abin da ya fara bani tsoro shi ne an ce shuka masara a ƙarshen Julai, lokacin kuma ruwa ya yi nisa. Da farko gaskiya ban yi niyyar yi ba, to amma saboda ƙwarin gwiwa da aka bani da kuma cewa abu ne daga cibiyar bincike, wannan sai bani ƙwarin gwiwa na yi shuka kamar yadda aka yi mun umarni. To abin da ya fara ba mu sha'awa shi ne bayan wani lokaci sai muka ga ƙwari a ɗaya daga cikin fulotin, wato plot mai lamba ta biyu kenan. Amma abin da ya buge mu shi ne wannan ƙwari iyakarsu shi wannan fulotin da tsakiya bai iya ƙwarin da su iya sun tsallaka cikin fuloti da ya makwauce shi ba. Da muka ga ƙwari na kira shi profesa domin ya ba mu shawarar me za mu fesa. Ina gaya masa abin da ya mun gargaɗi shi ne ka kiyaye yin feshi, ba ma so a yi mata feshi. Ya ce masa ga ƙwari ba sun taso suna yi masu cinye masarar gaba ɗaya. Sai ce ku yi haƙuri. To kamar yadda kowa ya sani bayan haƙuri akwai alheri. Muka yi haƙuri daga ƙarshe sai muka ga wannan masarar da ƙwarin suka hau kanta ta dawo ta samu lafiya. Kuma kamar yadda ya yi bayani ƙwarin wasiya sun tsallaka maƙotan gonar da ke kusa da su. Wato wannan yana nuna cewa kamar yadda aka faɗa wannan ililika na masara ƙwari ba sa iya musu illa, musamman ƙwarika guda biyu da suke damun masara, wato ƙwarin da ake cewa ganzari siyar mura kenan da kuma da ɓangare wato for annual kenan. To daga ƙarshe dai saboda yanayi da lokaci abinda muka cira daga jikin wannan masarar da ni da sauran ɗan uwana manoma gaskiya abin ya burge mu domin mun yi mamakin yawan abin da aka samu duk da cewa mun fara wannan aiki kamar a makare. Wassalamu alaikum.
Da Allah sai ka ta mai and please give a round of applause, please. Thank you very much indeed. Sabine. to have this technology. I come from a farm in Iowa. We've had this technology for 25 years. To me, it's not right that in Africa, it's taken 25 years for that technology to get to Africa. Innovation and technology is what farmers need. Farmers need to increase their productivity. Farmers need innovation and researchers, a whole infrastructure to be able to get this technology to them so they can increase their productivity and improve their livelihoods. That's what we're doing here today, and it's a great time to celebrate and acknowledge the tremendous work that's gone into this by everybody that's in the room and all the work that needs to go forward to what needs to make it be successful. Now, I've spent my life most of the time in marketing and product management, and I will tell you that when you get the approval, that's actually just the start. So this is 15 years to get to this point, but now we just have the start. The private sector, I'm honored to be here representing the private sector in the public-private partnership, and it needs to continue to have the public and the private working together. Private sector cannot be successful without the infrastructure and the systems in place to help make the enabling environment for our business to thrive. And that's what we have the opportunity to do here now, is to thrive as a private business, all the private businesses licensing the technology from AATF through the system that we've created to deliver that technology to smallholder farmers in Africa, in Nigeria. And I think that the next 15 years will be even more remarkable than the last 15 years of what we've been able to produce. So thank you very much for your time, and all protocol reserved, I hand it over to the next person.
Thank you, Mark H. Thank you, I appreciate it. That's a goodwill from you here. Do we have the representative of Country Director, Sasakawa Africa Association, Godwin Accent? So round of applause for you. In the same vein, 3 minutes, sir. The Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. At Sasakawa, we're very excited with this research output that today we gathered to celebrate. We are excited, and we do believe that this technology will contribute to the attainment of food security in Nigeria. And for us in Sasakawa, we are willing to support the extension and dissemination of this technology to thousands of farmers in Nigeria. Once again, thank you to the research team. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. Another round of applause for him. Really very concise and straight to the point. Very quickly, we'd like to take 2 goodwill messages. We had actually wanted to extend it to 3, but then, of course, there's very critical partners that we have representing the various countries. And in the light of that, I'd like to invite first the representative of the Burkinabe ambassador to Nigeria to please come forward. Sawadogo Desiree, to please give us his goodwill. Thank you. 3 minutes. And please, as much as you can, skip protocol. Thank you.
Thank you, MC. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the pronunciation. I'm coming from Francophone country. In my English is no good like our own. Honorable Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, ladies and gentlemen, all distinguished delegates, participants of this event. My name is Sawadogo Desiree. I am first consular of Burkina Faso Embassy to Nigeria. First of all, I would like to thank all partnership members for the success of the present activity. I would like also to join my voice one distinct personality staying here to appreciate your effort to secure food security in Africa. My country is concerned by this challenge, and we are ready to build any partnership with all the food security actors in order to improve agriculture in Africa. Thank you very much.
Simone. Merci beaucoup. Applaudissez. Please give him a round of applause one more time. Thank you very much. May I then invite Edward Apezan, standing in for the Embassy of Argentina. Edward, are you still here? Okay, looks like he is taking his leave. The South African High Commissioner's representative, are you still here? All right, we'll move on without them very quickly. We'll invite at this juncture Professor Rabiu Adamu, PI TELA Maize Project Nigeria, to quickly tell us why TELA Maize. Prof, there's a round of applause for him. I'd like to crave an indulgence to try as much as possible to summarize, taking into cognizance the times that we are in, especially the time of our special guest. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ceremony. I take cognizance of that. I classically got my slide from 30 to virtually 18. I will do it in 5 minutes. I want to start with the simple protocol. I want to remind the honorable staff of state so that as I would like to listen to the meeting.
You want it? This is it, right?
The TELA Maize story has been said for me, but I want to take it from another perspective. We all know that maize is the most important, it's one of the most important food crops in Nigeria. It's the most important cereal after rice, wheat. It has displaced sorghum. If you look at the country's production of maize, we are producing about 12.5 million metric tons as of 2 years ago. But our national demand is 18 million metric tons. So we have a gap, shortfall, which we need to bridge. And one of the approaches to bridge the gap is to use advanced modern tools of technology. One of it is the transgenic crop varieties. What are they doing? They are to emulate production constraint, the stresses that are imposed, either abiotic or biotic. Also in TELA, we are trying to reduce stresses. Abiotic one is the drought, and the biotic is temporary and the whole animal. So this means hybrid, where genetically transformed using a genes from the soil-dwelling bacterium, Bacillus thuringiensis, and other one is Bacillus varieties, to compare some advantages like the resistance to those constraints. I don't want to go you on that, but it plays and is safe. The most use of maize, every household uses maize in Nigeria, because more than 230 million Nigerians consume maize, and the population is increasing. But in the next 20 years, we will reach about 160 million Nigerians. We need to double our maize. That food security is the use of advanced technology. One of it is the TELA Maize. The input of this presentation is why TELA Maize. TELA Maize is highly transgenic maize varieties developed by the Institute of Agricultural Research in conjunction and partnership with other scientists globally, especially in Africa. This work started in 2019, and one of the achievements is that we are able to validate, confirm that these varieties do well across Nigeria. I and my team has evaluated these varieties in 14 locations in all the agricultural zones, or I would say agricultural zones. This is Sudan, Sahel to the The south is the Nigeria area, which is the coastal area, and the varieties did well. So they are highly adaptable to those climates, those environments. So we have a good genetic stability across these 4 hybrids that we have released. So they pick different agricultural climates and they can do well. Why TELA Maize? TELA Maize, Nigerian TELA Maize because one, the import of these technologies targeted towards small scale, medium scale farmers who need to complete their economic status to move from some form of subsistence to higher income generation. With agriculture as a business, as the president of Abuja Nigeria, we have to do that. We cannot be subsistent. It is a business, so we need cutting-edge technology to do that. Also, we need to boost our productivity and substantially reduce waste importation. Whether we like it or not, we import waste. If you read newspapers in the Nigerian economy, you will there's statistics that is not plausible to mention that Nigeria spends more on food imports. About after petroleum products, what comes next is what food. If you look at the economics of yesterday and some news channels carry that story. So what are we saying? It means that we need to do more to substantially cut that importation. Also, better productivity of TELA Maize and other high-income varieties will boost our national food reserves and providing buffer against food shortage, enhancing our national food security profile. That we need to do that. And moreover, we need also more entrepreneurs and other business solutions. This TELA Maize will provide solutions, especially in the soap industry. Somebody consider yes, take the mother. When we are going to have, when we have strong soap industry, viable, we will be able to have good production, we will have enough export of grains. South Africa has been doing that, Nigeria will do too. It's more genetically modified grains, other part of the world. We hope also that cultivation of TELA Maize will also reduce grain damage because the whole animal in particular attack this infestation attack grains, air, and damages. If it damages, it reduces the grains through that process. I'm not going to harmful. I don't want to really go this issues that we need to address. But if you grow TELA Maize, there won't be attack. Your leg crop will not be half damaged by whole animal. Also, another element is that if you cultivate TELA Maize to reduce the usage of pesticide and exposure of pesticide, farmers use that pesticide, which is harmful to them. So it's a win-win situation. Other preservation of delicate insects, because when you spray, and especially in pesticide management, I know when you spray too much, over time you kill natural enemies, you displace pests, and you have new pests that minor pests will become major pests. So that will be pest displacement, and new pests will emerge because of the misuse of pesticide. But with TELA Maize, you don't need to spray. Because anybody that has grown maize in the last 5 years in Nigeria will know that there is a pest that is not there before, but now it's present, and will need measures. And farmers use good sprays, expensive harmful pesticide. We need to take that back with TELA Maize technology. Also, one side of it, Nigeria has use of pesticide to manage stem borers. Stem borers are the same place of maize. They have been there for 100 years. What I know to 20 now it has double one, double space. Nigeria at least 256 million USD annually. If you grow resistant varieties of maize, it should be noted that you have to spend at least 50 USD to protect 1 hectare of maize, your conventional maize hybrid, against one animal stem borers. If you translate it to that, it means that a farmer can save up to 70,000 naira to protect maize against two insect pests. With TELA Maize, we didn't need that because it's inbred, it's inherently bred to resist that pest. Also, the drought. That's from the climate point of view. Drought is important, especially in the drought-prone areas in the northern Nigeria, where we are also faced that estimate because we support us. So with this drought-tolerant hybrids, we can extend the frontier of this production northwards up to the Nigerian border. What are the highlights of our research? Because of lack of time, I have 10 slides for that, but I will just show only one. This research was carried out in Zaria, our station, and one of our outstations in Kano, in the northern Sudan Savannah, last year. We evaluated TELA Maize hybrids and the non-TELA Maize hybrids. We actually invested with temporal similar to and you see the yield advantage. So on the average, after the 15 hybrids evaluated, you can see that they give almost 5 tons per hectare under investigation, while the conventional non-BT is calculated almost to 3, the best hybrid. So you can see a 28.4% yield advantage of TELA Maize. There are other data which I will not show because of time. This is the hybrid we are celebrating today. It's one of the 4. This is Summers and varieties. What is outstanding characteristic of Summers and varieties is that it is high yielding, medium maturing, and it's exceptionally drought-tolerant of the pool. What we do in Kudu, you know that Jigawa State, late in July, we are feeling hope that we will not get anything because we didn't get this 100 materials. But by end of September, we had a very good crop up to 5 tons per hectare in that natural environment. So it's the crop to be celebrated. So we are launching today as one of the 4. I want to conclude by saying that these 4 TELA Maize hybrids that were released have clearly demonstrated outstanding characteristics. They will have significant impact on farmers' income and the national economy of Nigeria. That we have to strive for. Production and productivity gains from TELA will contribute to the renewable agenda of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, championed by the President of the Republic of Nigeria, and so we have a new hope that with this and other technologies, Nigeria can attain that prosperity we are hoping. I want to leave this state with a further. What's the way forward? Where are we going? We are celebrating. After celebration, one place. I want to ask all stakeholders, all of us, federal government, donors, and other partners. The way forward is that we have to have a strategic and effective communication to address public concern about this new technology. That we have not been doing. It has to come to the front border. 2, farmer education and awareness is potential. To know the potential benefits, we need to identify. This has to be done by all stakeholders. The essential component of the ministry and state of Nigeria and other successful need to bring this into discussion. Thirdly, we need to have a robust system for sustainable national production of foundation and sacrifice. Robust system is a must. What are we doing? We have to do that because we have to sustain the legacy. Also, a key partner, IR, needs to be strengthened to carry a more research on leadership. Leadership is very important for this work because we have the national mandate for genetic improvement of all these varieties in Nigeria. So the beginning of policy start on leadership. We need to be capacity to do that so that we can be able to support other seed companies to produce high quality foundation and capacity for farmers to obtain. Also, we need to strengthen our partnership to increase skills in the breeding capacity for the transgenic maize crop. This is a new technology. We are used to other conventional, but we need training and capacity building. Lastly, I want to acknowledge the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, the ministers have acknowledged the ministries, your employer, for all the support. You are without them, you cannot be able to do this work. So we highly acknowledge ministry support. The Institute of Cultural Research, I'm not telling University area, my director has been tremendous, supporting people to ensure that all that has been done has been done. And above all, the Agricultural Development Foundation, the donor agencies, and also the partner by the regional research, the National Agricultural Biotechnology, National Agency for NABRA, and NDNA. NDNA has been regulators. Without regulating us, ensuring that we keep what is right, we cannot be able to reach this yet. Ensure that we keep what is right, ensure that we are properly regulated within the ambit of law to this work. Listen, more than that, and I apologize for that.
And after your presentation, you gave me a gift of a laptop. Please give him a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. We're moving on with the speed that is deserved of this event. At this point, we'll be taking an overview of the AATF interventions in Nigeria agricultural landscape. And to take us through that, I'd like to invite the Executive Director, Dr. Kadishus Kanagiri. Please a round of applause for him.
Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Food Security, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. I'm very honored to stand before you today as we launch TELA Maize varieties in Nigeria. This moment signifies a major milestone in our collective efforts to enhance food security and agricultural productivity in Nigeria. As the Executive Director of the African Agricultural Technology Foundation, I am immensely proud of the strides we have made together as the TELA Maize partnership, and I look forward to seeing a real difference at the farmers' level. AATF opened its regional offices in Nigeria in 2009. However, its work in Nigeria had begun earlier in 2004 with IAR and other partner institutions, including the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, that is represented here by my brother and friend, the Director General. And at that time, the focus was to develop the borer-resistant cowpea, the cowpea variety released by IAR as Sampia 20T, which is already in the farmers' hands in Nigeria, and they can testify to the benefits they are getting from that technology. Honorable Minister, the TELA Maize varieties we are launching today are a testament of the commitment by AATF and the federal government of Nigeria towards bringing advanced, resilient crop varieties to our farmers. These maize varieties are drought-resistant, drought-tolerant, and resistant to the devastating flabberworm and stem borer pests which have plagued maize crops across the continent. Our collaboration with the federal government of Nigeria and the national institutions and agencies has been critical to this progress. We have witnessed firsthand what collaboration across ministries, organizations, private and public sector players can achieve. Under the TELA Maize project, the federal government facilitated the operational environment for key ministries and departments to work together and collaborate towards attainment of their mandates. We witnessed
government bodies working with institutions such as AATF and the private sector for the good of the country, for the good of the smallholder farmers. We continue to witness, as is obvious today at this launch, the joint ownership of the initiatives such as TELA Maize, and we all take pride in what has been achieved. This launch also highlights the importance of technology and innovation in our development agenda. The use of biotechnology in agriculture holds great potential towards making a difference in our communities. Honorable Minister, by promoting policies that support agricultural innovation, the federal government of Nigeria helped create an enabling environment for the development and use of genetically modified crops that are safe, productive, and beneficial to smallholder farmers and the environment. We believe that effective regulatory oversight and sustained political goodwill is critical to promoting innovation for development. This is what has ensured timely delivery of the TELA Maize technology to a meager farming community in Nigeria. I take this opportunity to call upon other African governments to emulate what the federal government of Nigeria has done in this very area. The TELA Maize varieties offer several benefits. With their resistance to pests and tolerance to drought, TELA Maize variety will boost maize yields, providing more food and income for farmers in Nigeria. Also, these varieties will reduce pesticide use, which will lower the overall cost of maize production, making farming more profitable and sustainable. Today's launch is not just about introducing new maize varieties. It heralds a new era for agricultural innovation and resilience in Nigeria and Africa. I wish to extend my deepest gratitude to all our partners, the federal government of Nigeria, and the farmers of Nigeria who have helped to shape this journey. Honorable Minister, allow me to take a special mention of those who have been directly involved in the day-to-day affairs of the TELA Maize project. Here among them are Dr. Sylvester Oike of AATF. I will request that you stand up. Thank you very much for your resilience, your consistency, and this gentleman nurtured this project from the Wema days to where we are today with the products we are celebrating today with TELA project. Thank you very much. We also have the principal investigators and their representatives. In this room, we have Dr. Kingston Mashingaize from South Africa. I thank you very much. South Africa has been already cultivating and producing TELA Maize. They are the big brother, the example we are looking at as we take good lessons from South Africa to other countries in Africa. I thank you very much for your leadership on this. In Nigeria, I want to thank Professor Rabiu Adam. You are here, but I will request that you stand again. He is the PI from IAR, and today we are celebrating his leadership in the development of those varieties he presented here, the SAMAs and the numbers he presented. I thank you very much. I can't stop here without thanking a gentleman who has been very instrumental on this celebration, on what we are celebrating today. It is in absentia. He was at ARCN that time, and his name is Dr. Yarama Depaya. He was visionary. His foresight in seeking the project for Nigeria, I think he was saying the issues that we had, and made sure that Nigeria benefits from this innovation. This again shows what together we can do, but it is also for Africa. We have just started with this celebration of the product and putting it in the hands of the farmers. The journey, a new phase of the journey. One great son of the continent. We have climbed one hill, and now we are seeing many other hills to climb. I'm paraphrasing His Excellency Nelson Mandela, and today we commit to climb many other hills in front of us, so that one day we reach the summit and say, we have made it. Now we are a food secure, a nutrition secure Africa, where smallholder farmers are prosper. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, and thank you indeed. And it is our wish too that someday soon, just as the farmers in Africa are saying, waiting for you to do this for them, we are also waiting to hear that, yes, give us the support, just like Archimedes mentioned, give me a place to stand and I'll move the world. I think that's what AATF is equally saying. Give them the natural support, the necessary support that you ought to give them, and they will turn things around for the better of the African continent. Please, another resounding applause for him. Thank you so much. And at this point in time, we'll be taking very brief remarks by the Honorable Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Ali Pate, who is unavoidably absent, but has sent a representative, the person of Ladidi MNI. Please would like that you come and deliver the Honorable Minister's remarks at this point. Can you please give a round of applause, Director of Nutrition, Federal Ministry of Health.
Thank you. The special guest of honor, the Honorable Minister of State Agriculture and Food Security, kindly permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The launch of TELA Maize today is very dear to my coordinating Minister for Health, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, and he would have been here in person if not activity. So you will be listening to my voice, but the message is actually from the coordinating Minister for Health and Social Welfare. Honorable Minister, sir, When I'm through with delivering the message, if there are gifts, please ensure that I get it. But if there are any missile, Honorable Minister, sir, I will be standing right behind you, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare believes that TELA Maize will contribute to food and nutrition security in line with the federal government's agricultural transformation agenda. Today marks another milestone in the history of our nation as we launch the third biotechnology crop in Nigeria after the cotton and pod borer resistance cowpea. I am particularly delighted that Nigeria is gaining grounds among community of nations that are using modern technology to address critical agricultural challenges. 4 years ago, the Nigerian government approved the commercialization of pod borer resistance cowpea, popularly called Sampia 20T, which has proven to be truly resistant to the destructive Maruca pest. The pod borer resistance cowpea has not only significantly reduced chemical spray on cowpea fields, but also lower production costs and increased farmers' yield by about 20%. Today again, we are gathered to officially launch TELA Maize, developed through a collaborative effort involving public and private stakeholders by African Agricultural Technology Foundation. The TELA Maize project is one of the several interventions by African Agricultural Technology Foundation in the African continent, and it is meant to address the problem of drought and destructive insects. The Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare is excited to be part of the launch of TELA Maize, which in addition will bring to the development of resistant and highly destructive fall armorworm pests, which are hitherto being controlled by harmful chemicals and can produce a yield of up to 9 metric tons per hectare. The mandate of my ministry is concerned with the formulation, implementation, and support of policies and programs related to good health. When it comes to genetically modified crops, we are guided by the activities of the National Biosafety Management Agency, an agency under the Federal Ministry of Environment that has the responsibility of ensuring proper regulation of modern biotechnology and its products, so that they do not cause harm to human health or environment. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, maize is the most widely cultivated crop in Africa. In 2021 and 2022, the hectares under maize production in Africa were over 42 million and 41 million respectively, representing 14.4% and 13.9% of the total acres under crop production in Africa respectively. Maize is therefore one of the most important field crops for feed, food, and raw materials in Africa. Despite the huge number of acres under maize cultivation in Africa, total production has greatly reduced due to pest and disease attacks. A major pest attack in Africa is the fall armorworm, capable of causing 100% yield loss in maize, thus jeopardizing food security throughout Africa. The fall armorworm, a transboundary and invasive moth from the Americas, was first detected on the African continent in Nigeria in early 2016 and had invaded and spread throughout South Africa by 2018. Presently, the fall armor invasion has become the biggest threat to maize production and the maize value chain in Africa. This pest has been a nightmare for many smallholder farmers in Africa, including Nigeria. And these farmers have resorted to several control measures, which include the use of chemical pesticides, which are expensive and harmful, and picking of pest eggs, masses, and larvae, which is ineffective, and some other cultural practices that are time-consuming and not sustainable. Therefore, today marks a significant milestone in our collective efforts to address this menace, as we offer our farmers varieties that are affordable and effective in resisting the attack of the fall armorworm. While climate change has favored the proliferation of destructive pests, which has reduced our food production over the years, population growth in Africa has significantly increased the amount of food needed to adequately feed our people. With the success story of PBR cowpea, agricultural biotechnology has proven to be a lasting solution to enhance food security and mitigate the impact of climate change in Africa. I therefore urge all Nigerians to accept this safe technology. I also congratulate the scientists for their hard work and dedication that has provided farmers in Nigeria opportunities to compete globally through the use of the best technology, optimal agricultural practices, and strategic product value addition. I congratulate the Institute for Agricultural Research, Samaru, for making the TELA Maize to get closer to farmers and look forward to other countries making similar decisions for the good of the farmers. My ministry, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, is happy to be associated with these laudable achievements. Finally, Honorable Minister, sir, may I inform that as we launch the TELA Maize today, our farmers are anxiously waiting to access the seeds. And I want to urge all implementing partners here present to take the post-release activities very, very seriously to enable unhindered access to the TELA Maize by our farmers. As a ministry, we will continue to support and advocate for the products that are safe and healthy for all Nigerians. Thank you for your attention.
Director of Nutrition, Ladidi Bako Ayikwesu MNI, Federal Ministry of Health, speaking on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Patisiwe. Please let's give a round of applause. Thank you so very much. And that brings us to the high point of this event. The high point of this event where our special guest of honor will be delivering his own speech. And of course, after that, we'll do the flag off of a TELA Maize sales in Nigeria. And then, of course, from there, we'll proceed on a tour of the exhibition stands outside this arena. But I think before we go on the exhibition tour, we would take the national anthem to bring this event to a close. And after the exhibition tour, I'm told there will be lunch so that you can all have lunch. It is my honor and privilege for a very long, haven't seen my boss. I'm so excited seeing you today. Please join me in welcoming a man who is very committed to Nigeria, pan-Nigerian to the core. Join me in welcoming the Honorable Minister of State for Food and Security in Nigeria, distinguished Senator Dr. Sabi Andiru. Can I hear that round of applause for him, please? That applause can be louder. Honorable Minister, sir.
Thank you, Andy. It's a pleasure seeing you after that fight. Please sit down. Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Health and Social Development, is this social welfare? Social Welfare. Hotel Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare. My brother, Professor Alipati. I guess the representative of the environment is here. Okay. The Director Generals, yeah, I think we have IR, the Executive Director, NADA, and of course, the man who brought all of us out here, the DG of AATF, and of course, those who funded him. All right, and maybe let me sum it up this way. All our very esteemed, distinguished guests here, and most importantly, let me acknowledge the chair of the AATF board, and that is Dr. Ambali, and of course, I'll be a bit selfish. Let me acknowledge the Vice Chancellor of our alma mater. I'm a product of ABU, the largest university north of the Equator and south of the Sahara. And you know, the late Ahmadu Bello, he said, when you are planning for a year, sow corn. When you are planning for a decade, plant trees. But if you are planning for life, train and educate men. And that is what ABU has been doing all along. So thank you very much. It is indeed my pleasure to be here. And yes, I have a prepared speech. I don't know whether it's something I need to take because everything I will have said in this speech has been said by almost every speaker in one form or the other. And I wouldn't want to bore you with many of these technicalities from the one by, Professor Rabi Adamu, and of course, all the other technical people. Yes, I'm a scientist, but I'm a policymaker and a political leader today. So perhaps I would prefer to speak in the language that I will be resonating with our Nigerians. First, let me say I'm happy we're doing this, and the selection of critical stakeholders is important. The president of All Farmer Association is here, Architect Kabir. The leader of the C people are here, and of course for the subnationals, I'm happy to note that the Commissioner of Agriculture from my state, Niger State, is here to represent our farmer governor, Mohammed Umar Bago. Niger State is showing the way for a new revolution in agriculture system. That is one of the champions of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu in terms of showing what subnationals should do to support the federal government agenda for food security and other, benefits that agriculture has to bring. But what I would like to say here is that we're here to celebrate the research fit, and the partners, from what we have been told, starting from, of course, the Agri Research Council of Nigeria, the AATF itself, African Agri-Technology Foundation, the Agri Research Council of South Africa, the International Institute of Agriculture of Mozambique,
the Kenya Agric Research and Livestock Organization, is it Karu Livestock and Research Organization. Then, of course, the Institute for Maize and Wheat Improvement, the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center, the CIMIT. I think that is what the compare was spelling, CM. Of course, that is the Latin abbreviation of what I've said. And then the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research and Tanzanian Commission for Science and Technology. Now, I decided to read all of this out because when you show the logo, you are not telling Nigerians those who participated. And for us, what is important is for Nigerians to know that as a government, we will do only those things that will promote the welfare and their security. And we will not venture into anything that will be detrimental to both the security, safety, and health of our citizens. And of course, with this, the Bayer company is also part of this collaboration. But what I would like to add of note is the fact that in the case of Nigeria, the principal investigator is a Nigerian, born of Nigeria, Professor Rabiu Adamu. So maybe it's better you come to the front here. I'm here as a minister, let them see you. And then in your team, we have Dr. Muhyiddin Oyukule is here. Okay? And Dr. Maimuna Abdul Malik is here. Please come forward. Okay. So that when we are consuming TELA Maize, we should know these are all our Nigerian citizens, Nigerian scientists. And I think it's significant for us to realize that the technology we are talking about today is Nigerian driven. And whatever concern Nigerians are expressing is not unfounded. There is no technology that has come anew and does not receive or get pushed back. It's normal. Because every human being would like to first protect him or herself. Because that's the first law of nature, it's self-preservation. But what I want to say is, looking at these two scientists, I don't think they appear as those who would like to do something dangerous or harmful. Do they? I don't think so. So, for us, they are staff of the Institute of Agricultural Research of Ahmadu Bello University, Sano, Zaria. And I believe it's one of the most renowned agricultural centers in Nigeria, with the agricultural complex, as we call it, the most unique. And of course, like I mentioned, I wish Dr. Muhyiddin was here. It shows that there is a combination of both the north and the south in producing this variety. That is significant. And I say this because when we have a challenge, we must look for solution. Many instances, the challenges have always been, what are these research people doing? What are the research institutes doing? Well, if you have not heard what they are doing yesterday, today we are telling you they've been conducting research and they've been able to come out with a variety that is called TELA Maize. Take your seat, please. Take your seat, thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for them. Now, I decided to do this because the challenge we've been facing as policymakers is this technology is harmful. And
we shouldn't promote it. So we are now faced with this question, which the researcher has tried to answer, but in a technical form. Why TELA Maize? The issue with TELA Maize is that it is high yielding, which means the present yield farmers are making will be more than double from what the researchers have told us. From 2 to 3 tons, you are going to get upward of 9 to 10 tons. Isn't it? I want to get an answer for that. Is that correct? Triple. So instead of 3, you will get up to 9 or even more than that. Now, for us, beyond that also, when you plant the ones we are having and there's an attack, I will come back to the Minister of Health's speech that says there is almost 100% loss of production if you are attacked by the conventional, that is the pest that attacks the conventional varieties we are having. And it's of concern, which means you labor for 4 months and go home with nothing. So, this variety is here to solve that problem in a manner that at the end of the day, it is resistant to the fall armyworm and the stem borer as farmers know it. That is the problem it is out to solve. So I think that explains why we went into this research in the first instance, so that we are able to guarantee sustainable production of maize year on year on. But now what is challenging is the fact that climate change is now challenging us, especially in the most productive belts where you farm maize, where you produce maize. The Sahel and the Sudan Savannah. Because even the Guinea Savannah is suddenly being threatened. They are becoming derived, as if they are Sudan again. I think that's the challenge we are all witnessing. So what we are saying here is that with climate change, the amount of rain is reducing, and farmers will plant, and unfortunately, the crop will not be able to produce maximally because of what? Shortage of rain. But this variety is drought-tolerant, which means with little water, it will be able to produce something meaningful. So to us, this is a major feat, and given the circumstance we are facing today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renew Hope agenda has food security as a major component. But beyond that, we are also interested in economic growth and job creation. Another one is poverty alleviation. So I think what this variety is promising can solve all these particular challenges I have mentioned. When we have increased yield, it means we have more food that will be available for our increasing population. And because farmers are getting higher yield, it means they will be able to go to market and gain more within the same period, contributing to poverty alleviation. And of course, what that means is that raw material will be available for millers and all the other people who use maize as their own ingredient to produce. That is economic growth, and that is also job creation. So I think this particular variety has promises within the context of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu agenda for renewed hope. And this is what makes it significant. I guess this is not a blizzard news for Nigerians. Is it a blizzard news? I didn't see you applauding that. Is that enough for these people things that people do? I'm looking at Nigeria from this side. For us, this is the game changer for this administration. And we want to see that farmers, the president of all farmers association has said farmers should embrace this. The seed people have said farmers should embrace this. So TELA Maize is here. And that is why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, said renewed hope is here. So thank you very much. This is that. So finally, without boring much, let me say that for us in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, together with my big brother and colleague, distinguished Senator Abubakar, here in CON, we are committed to supporting technology to guide our sector. And this particular technology has many areas of application. We are totally committed to see whatever we can do to support the scientists that are doing this work. And as you can see, the two scientists before us here, one male, one female. That tells you that if you provide the required tools for our young Nigerians, they can do so much with it. And that is what the president is pledging. And that is why we talk about inclusivity as part of the renewed home agenda. And inclusivity here is to take care of whatever problems that Nigerians are facing in a manner that everybody who has something to contribute is given the opportunity to contribute to it. So I want to urge you to look at the positive side of what we're doing. There is nothing in this world that is completely 100% positive without some elements of negative. Life itself is a combination of the two. But what happens is how you manage it and move it towards more of the positive. And I think for this technology, Nigeria already has safeguard mechanisms. And that's why we have the National Biotechnology and Research Development Agency. And we also have the Biosafety Agency under the Federal Ministry of Environment. And remember also that in terms of food, the Federal Ministry of Health has that mandate under NAFDAC to look at the safety of food. So whatever food that is going into the food chain, there are processes that tracks and finds out how it is going to affect Nigerians. So I want to assure Nigerians that all the safeguard measures will be working perfectly to ensure that there is nothing untoward with respect to this new technology. I therefore want to call on our partners to know that we have just started and we need to do more, we need to go deep, and we need to also allow Nigerians to participate in the development of this technology. That way, there won't be any problem with acceptability or doubt. And I want to congratulate you once again, the AATF and our funders, the Bill and Melinda Gates, USAID, and all other partners who participated in bringing these varieties to fruition. Like I said, if I had followed my speech, I would have been reading stories that have been said, but I decided to take it from this angle to drive home the message that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is totally committed. And I would like to say lastly that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu understands the value of seed. And that's why in his manifesto, he said, plant the right seed, feed an entire nation. Plant the right seed, feed an entire nation. And the right seed here is the one that enables the farmer to get higher yield,
that enables the farmer not to suffer from pests and diseases that will damage whatever he has planted, and at the end of the day, the harvest will be worth the effort. I want to believe TELA Maize that we are talking about here has that great potential, and so for us, TELA Maize is really whole maize. Thank you very much for this. God bless.
Another resounding applause for our special guest of honor, distinguished Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you. We won't let you sit down anymore. There is a little bit of assignment here for you. You're our special guest of honor. We'll be asking you to please come down to this end of the platform, lower platform. We can use this. Thank you. You will going to do us the honor of cutting this ribbon to then unveil the TELA Maize that we're here for. And so please, I'd like to please give you the microphone as you cut the ribbon, so as to be able to speak to what you're doing exactly. And this is for the benefit of Nigerians and Africans and the benefit of mankind, coming from the... Okay, please. He has invited a few other heads of agencies to join him. Okay, we also have a commissioner from Niger State. Is Afan Sigan? Principal investigator, please come with your colleague, the female investigator, female scientist rather. I think we can step back, apart from the minister, the rest of us can step back a bit so that this place can take us. The Burkina Faso rep is also there, stand so that we can see you. Now, the rest of you can just sit down so the photographers, please sit. Please, the rest of us, please take your seats. The photographers would like to be able to take their positions, to be able to capture this photograph as should be. Please, the rest of our guests, please be seated. We are going to Zoda, please sit down. Photographers, they are seated, so you can actually move backwards if you want, so you can capture everyone that is here. Bayer, please join me. Mark H. Yes, these are partners. Or some of you can come up the stage, if not.
I, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, CON, Honorable Minister of State, Agriculture and Food Security, caught this day to unveil the TELA Maize varieties that have been developed by the Institute of Agricultural Research and Abuja University in partnership with international collaborators, notably AATF and others, so that our Nigerian farmers will have a base that offer them increased productivity, disease resistance, drought tolerant, towards guaranteeing a sustainable food security for Nigeria. I do this in the name of God, beneficial necessity.
Round of applause for the Honorable Minister. He's doing the unveiling already. So the Honorable Minister will pick a sachet. Everyone is to pick a sachet. Pick a sachet and hold it. It has to be the, please, yes, this will be the part that will show, will be reflected, and the cameras will capture that. Please, they are not yet yours, so after the photograph, please return them. They are not yet yours, so after the photograph, please return them. Okay. All right, so please, the Honorable Minister is already leading by example, and so please let's have the photographs. Just bring it down just by your chest. That tells us how passionate you will be about this product and ensuring that farmers in your locality, in your country, in Africa, gets these seedlings. And congratulations, Honorable Minister. Thank you. Farmers, are you done? Photographers, are you done? They haven't given you. Okay, what is Justina and yes, Nankano. Nankano, please. And Madam yes, Nankano and Justina. Pick one. Just the two of them. Okay, so let's have that photograph again with the farmers. This is inclusivity as preached by the Honorable Minister. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Yes. Sit down. Please, photographers, let's do the needful. Let's do the needful quickly. Thank you very much. Are you reasonable? Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. TELA Maize. Hip, hip, hip. TELA Maize. Thank you. Please just drop them on the table. Honorable Minister, sir, we'll be inviting you back to your seat briefly for a vote of thanks. After the vote of thanks, you may wish to take your leave. Thank you, sir. Please, can we take our seats briefly? The special guest of honor is on his seat. Can we all take our seats, please? Quickly, quickly. Please, they have not given you to take away yet. Please return them. If I see anyone with it, I will come and collect it myself. All right, thank you very much. Please, just whilst the special guest of honor, distinguished Senator Dr. Sabia Abdullahi is seated, COM is seated. I'd like to, at this juncture, invite for the vote of thanks, Dr. Emmanuel Ukeben of the AATF, Director with the AATF, would like to invite you over for a very brief vote of thanks. Dr. Emmanuel, please. And please keep protocol and keep it as brief and concise as can be. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, kindly permit me to stand on the existing protocol. We just had a memorable event. We just launched the TELA hybrid maize in Nigeria. And for those who understand what hybrid maize has done in America, will appreciate that Nigeria is actually on the right path. And we would like to thank the Honorable Minister for coming here to launch the TELA Maize. We are so grateful for making our time to be here. And thank you so much for the launch. And first and foremost, I would like again to thank the federal government of Nigeria. The Minister spoke about President Tinubu. And I would like to say here also that the past administrations have also played a key role, and we are happy that the President Tinubu is continuing along that trend. So we would like to thank the President for the support and the bigger Nigerian government. Again, I would also like to thank the ministries. They are represented. We've mentioned about them. The ministries here, we are talking about the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Science and Technology, the Ministry for Environment. They've been very instrumental to what we have achieved today. It's been a long journey, but they made it possible. The other thing I would like to emphasize on is the role of Gates Foundation and USAID. We have these products, but they've happened over several years. And for us, we see this as just the beginning. We hope to launch more TELA products in other countries. The investment has been very stagnant, but it only shows that where there is investment, things can happen. And Gates Foundation, as you said, have really made that very possible. The other thing I wanted to also add, when I mentioned the ministries, there are several agencies that play key roles in the development of TELA. We have the NBNA, we also have the NDRTA, they've also played a key role. We also have the NASC, the State Council, they played a key role. Many other bodies have really played a key role. We would like to thank you for what you have been able to do. We also want to thank the technology provider, which is Bayer. They gave us that technology royalty free, and we are very grateful for that opportunity. We also like to, thank you very much. We also like the research institutes. We've mentioned CINIC, IAR is there. They play very strong roles and they did all the trials. So when the minister said this is a product driven by Nigerians, he was absolutely correct. They tested this and they can see the farmers testify. We also want to thank the private sector seed companies for their role. Afan, the Sudan, all those seed companies, they are going to be the driver who will help us ensure that we continue to support that. Stakeholders, also farmers, we are grateful to them for their continued support and for their quest for technologies in Nigeria. And then I would like to thank the AATF board. The AATF board has been providing leadership to technology delivery in Africa. So we are very grateful to them for their guidance, and we continue to look more for their leadership in ensuring that Africa gets more products. I also want to recognize specifically the Executive Director of AATF, Dr. Canisius Kadikure, and also all the DGs of the different organizations that are present here this afternoon. We would like to thank you again for your support. And then I would also like to recognize project leadership. The project leadership includes the project management. We have the EAP, Executive Advisory Board, and OPSCOM. They've also played a very key role, as well as the whole team that drove the success of this project. I would also like to thank the AATF Executive Management Team, as well as its staff, for the support it has given to this program development. And then I would also like to recognize some champions. They are not here. So I have to recognize some champions who have played very key roles here, and they are not here. Professor Ado IAR has been very helpful, and we thank you, sir, for the support you have given to us. We also want to thank Professor Mustafa again for the support from your team. I would also like to recognize Rose Hidado for the support they have given to us, as well as Professor Ishia. Thank you so much. And I think we don't have much time, so I will have to round up now. Again, I would like to thank you all that has participated in this launch. We are very grateful, and it has been a successful launch, and I would like to wish you all safely back, especially for those who travel down here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This brings us to the end of this program. I've been told that the lunch has been packaged for our distinguished guests, but of course the head table will have a special place where they'll be taken to for their lunch.
instruction. A special guest of honor, sir. The organizers will take a good number of you to the restaurant where you're going to have lunch, and the rest of us will have ours and takeaway parts. I'd like to appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for this opportunity to have served as your anchor at these special occasion. On behalf of the organizers, please, as soon as we are done with this announcement for the lunch, photographs, if you want to take more photographs, the minister has another engagement and will be leaving. But of course, lunch is also set for all of you. Please, let's rise for the national anthem. I'm Andy Gabriel. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign, in peace or battle on earth, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so